everybody, my name is Sally-Ann Spence and welcome to the Hills Quarry Products dig site in Wick, where we have material from both the Jurassic and the Ice Age. Please do go back through our videos because you will be able to learn more about the geology of this site, the context and everything that's been going on. But right now I'm in our little media tent here set up on site because we have a tented village and all sorts. We've got students from over 20 universities here, lots of participants, and we're sat in here with Harry Jones. Hello Harry.
Hello Sally-Ann, you're right.
Very well. Now Harry, you've been on this dig with us before.
I have, this is my second year back.
It is.
Yeah,
and
can't keep me away.
No, we can't, and it's brilliant. I'm so glad we can't. But you are also now a fully fledged graduate.
I am, yes.
And you were studying paleontology where?
University of Birmingham.
University of Birmingham.
Yeah.
And I think you were still studying it when you first came on the dig, weren't you?
No, I'd just graduated.
You had just graduated, had you? You were very freshly graduated then, were you? Well, fantastic. Now as a seasoned graduate then,
Yep.
you know, you have been a big part of this dig, Harry. Everybody loves to see you here.
Oh, thank you. Likewise.
You bring a lot of cheer and goodwill and everything. And also, you know, your orange jacket, which means you're
I've been
a
promoted
leader.
this year.
Yes,
I'm
you
the
are a team
field
leader.
processing supervisor.
Oh.
So I just get to keep an eye on people, make sure they're not doing anything too wrong.
Well, that's an important role in itself.
But it's very fun because all the experience that I gathered last year, I've been able to share with the new people. So it's a privilege to be able to do that, to spread the knowledge, passing it on to the next generation.
Absolutely, and that's a vital part of this dig, because when you've got this many people taking part, the logistical side of it is really important we get it right.
Yeah, it's easier to have lots of people spreading the news and the good word on how to do things properly than putting it all on one person.
Absolutely.
So it's nice to be able to share the load. Absolutely,
and I think, you know, we cannot overlook the fact that this is a scientific dig. It's a paleontological dig, not an archaeological one.
Yep.
We are really more about the science and the data than we are the specimens in many cases.
Yep, could say that.
You know, that's what we're after, and you know, we can't just have people just running down there excited with trowels, digging
it's all
everything
very
up.
methodical.
Yes, it has to be done methodically, and you are a big part of that, making sure that happens down in the actual excavation site.
Yep, making sure people know and understand how to trowel things, and making sure that you're careful when getting close to the specimens.
Yes.
Make sure they're catalogued correctly. Yeah, keeping an eye on them. Everyone's doing a wonderful job though, so no complaints here.
Brilliant. Well, it has been a 3-week dig and we are at the very end of the last week. It's very close to the end. It's going to be very sad when we pack up and
very sad.
leave
I
this
don't
site.
want to go yet. I'm not ready.
No, I know. I'm feeling a bit like that as well, to be honest with you, Harry. But you have brought a selection with you to show everybody.
I have.
If you're on this dig, you have to take part in many things. You can't just be the person who, you know, uncovers all the specimens and finds down in the quarry. You also have to be part of camp life above and do lots of different jobs. We've all done it, washing up, getting ready for the lunches. You probably haven't done quite as much of the other stuff that I've done, like the checking on portaloos and things, but I think you've been able to get away with that.
I've kept an eye on the camp up top. That's
you
one of my
have,
responsibilities.
yes, toilet rolls and
tip-top.
all these different things have to be done because that is part of camp life when you are living with this many people for 3 weeks on a dig. So one of the jobs you also have to do is work my camera, and today we've got Aman, so thank you very much for doing this, Aman. Right, we'll get the camera in then, shall we, and you can talk us through what we've got here. So Aman, can you bring the camera through so people can see?
Well, as promised, I've been saving myself for you especially.
Oh, I know.
And I've bought some lovely goodies that I found so far in the 3 weeks that I've been here.
Look at this, look at this. Right, talk us through then, Harry. What have we got?
So we'll start with the invertebrates, nice and simple. Got a lovely couple of belemnites, Cylindroteuthis, I believe they're called. These are from the Oxford clay. And nice variety, nice pointed one here. This one's a little bit more worn, but you can see it tapers off less sharply, so it's a nice bit of diversity within that particular genus. Because we do get different types of belemnite, but these are some particularly chunky ones that I managed to pick up. And most of these are also things that I found on the surface of the quarry. Right. So as much time as we have spent digging, if you keep an eye out, there's plenty of goodies that you can find along the way. So one of my responsibilities has been collecting surface fossils and cataloguing and recording the important ones and putting the less scientifically valuable ones, but still nice looking ones, into a bucket for outreach activities.
Yeah, that's been really important.
Yeah, so belemnites and gryphaea, we have them galore. So those have been filling the bucket over the last few weeks and they're being taken away for outreach events for
Yes.
educational purposes.
We are on a working quarry landscape here, so we can't have a general public visiting us. It's just not able to be done. However, what we have been doing is these videos, which are live, raw and unedited. So we want you to be able to have the experience of the dig. And we've also done a outreach event at a local cafe where we had families coming, and they did a mammoth trail, and they learned a lot about mammoths and everything, the landscape and what was going on here. And the children could choose one of these fossils that you were talking about from the bucket. And
it was wonderful to see so many enthusiastic faces, children, parents, elderly. It's wonderful. Everyone's interested. So getting to show off what we've been doing here with people who enjoy that sort of thing. It is a wonderful thing to do. You did that, and you were brilliant.
Thank you. And then some of those other fossils will go into educational boxes that go out in schools.
Yep. Shout out to Mark Baggett. He does a wonderful job of showing his fossil boxes around the country for schools.
And please do look at the video we've done with Mark as well, because it's a really, really good thing that they're doing, and it's also done in Braille now as well for poorly sighted people. So it's absolutely fantastic. Now, come on then, back to this, Harry. What's next? Aman, get that camera in and let's have a look. Thank you very much, Aman.
Another invertebrate here, little gastropod.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Brachiopod, rather.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, this one did come out of a nodule.
Oh, that is
so that one is
stunning.
nice and fresh out of the rock, so it's quite nicely preserved, that.
That's beautiful.
Not my area of expertise, so I can't tell you much about it, but I can tell you it is nice, as you said.
Yes, that is a lovely, lovely fossil, right?
But this one I'm particularly excited about. I love a good ammonite, and what we've got here is a few chambers, and it's got the Steinkern exposed, also known as cat's paws.
Okay.
And what that is it is the end, or beginning rather, of a chamber, and that's what forms these very intricate suture patterns on the edges. So when you get ammonite chambers breaking away from each other, at just the right point, you get these beautiful structures preserved on the ends,
really
and they
pretty,
interlock with each other.
Right.
So it helps to create a more structurally sound shell for the ammonite. And it's ironic that ammonites had these beautifully intricate suture patterns and Steinkerns, as opposed to nautilids, which didn't. And the nautilids are the ones that survived the mass extinction at the end of the Cretaceous that killed all the ammonites, but the nautilus are the ones that survived today. It's an interesting irony.
Yes, and it's such a shame we lost the ammonites because the diversity of them as a group.
So many different taxa here. Yeah. I can't keep track of them all. Nev does.
Yeah, there's a lot of different types of ammonites we've got. We've even got ammonites that aren't actually in the tight sort of swirls that are very iconic. We've got ones that are slightly unwhirled as well.
Yeah, we do.
Unwhirled, is that a word? I don't know.
We'll make it one.
We'll make it one for this. So heteromorphs, we call them heteromorphs. So, go back through the videos.
Yeah,
we're
check
talking
them
about
out.
them. Right, okay, what else have we got then, Harry?
This is a dubious one, but potentially a coprolite. We do love our coprolites here.
So what is a coprolite?
A coprolite is a fossilised poo.
Ah, fantastic.
So, I will be taking this to work on with Nigel Larkin, who is a poo enthusiast.
He is. He's also done a video about this as well, so
he
go
has,
and find
check
that video.
That one out. So I'll be doing a little bit of prep on this to see if it is indeed a coprolite, but we're hopeful that it might be. So, hyena coprolite, possibly. Watch this space.
Fantastic.
And as for the vertebrate material, we've got some interesting little bits here. This one I found just yesterday, at the very end of the day. This is a bit of mammoth skull, possibly, given it's so thin, and it's also possibly part of the alveolus, which is a sort of bony-like projection from the skull that the tusks sit in.
Oh.
So this might have been the part of the bone that housed the tusk.
And often they're broken off because they are so delicate, aren't they?
Yes, you can see how thin that is.
Look at that.
Yeah, not much to it. It's lucky that this bit survives on its own. It's quite a solid piece, so very nice.
The reason so many of these bones and tusks and things are damaged is because we're digging on what used to be one of the tributaries to the River Thames. It's a very ancient riverbed.
River channel, yeah.
It's got massive rocks in it, and basically these things were washed down, weren't they?
Yep. Bashed against all sorts of rocks and by the water. But it's thanks to those rocks that we have so many fossils, because they were capturing it for us to find today.
It is. It's working like a giant sort of sieve, really, wasn't it, down there in that respect, catching everything. Right. What else have we got then?
We've got a bit of tusk ivory.
Thank you, Aman. You're doing a great job.
Yes, thank you. So this is part of the outer layer of the tusk, mammoth.
Oh, look at that.
And again, this is just a surface find, so just keeping an eye out for what pops up around side. All sorts of treasures for those who keep their eyes peeled.
Brilliant.
And last but not least, this is my first bone this year. This is quite an exciting one. Don't know what it is yet because it's so fractured. Possibly a bit of scapula or some of the large bit given this flat surface. But given its size, it's likely from a larger Ice Age mammal. So possibly rhino, bison, maybe even mammoth.
Yep.
Difficult to say, but it's got a lovely porous honeycomb-like texture to it. So that's very indicative of bone for any fossil hunters who know what they're looking for.
That's fantastic as well. I mean, this is a thing we know. I'm just trying to think what we have confirmed on the site. Steppe mammoth.
Yep.
Woolly mammoth.
Yep.
Straight-tusked elephant.
Indeed. Palaeoloxodon.
We have woolly rhino.
We do.
Potential hyena.
Yep. We hope so.
Potential wolf. Potential bear.
Yep. We have a lovely little vertebra. Has that been on camera yet?
It has, but we're still unsure. We're waiting for the experts to finally decide on those.
Watch this space.
We do have very large deer, very large horses. So
and many of those bones have gnaw marks preserved on them. So
yes.
It's interesting to see. Even if we don't find bones of certain animals like predators,
yes.
we know that there's evidence of them, whether it be through gnaw marks on bones or potential coprolites. So
absolutely,
the evidence all helps to build a more comprehensive picture of what exactly was hanging around this site back in the Ice Age.
Definitely, and we have hand axes, Neanderthal hand axes, and we've got a, they are part of the ecosystem.
They were, yes.
They were primary predators in that ecosystem.
Yep.
So we are getting lots of information. We are looking at the really tiny things.
Yep. I did find a tiny flint scraper tool as well from a Neanderthal. Yeah, touched up flake along the edges.
How does it feel when you pick up something like that?
It's quite profound, really, to think that some ancient hominid had fashioned this by themselves and it's been lost to time until we came along and found it again.
Yeah, you were the next hominid to pick it up.
Yeah.
That's crazy, isn't it? It's an amazing site. It really is, isn't it? It's a privilege
incredible.
To be here.
Yeah, and the sheer variety of fossils, not only from the Jurassic and the Ice Age, but the fact that they're all mashed together is such a wonderful anachronism. And it's great, it's ripe for study. All these videos are such a variety of people that you've captured so wonderfully.
Oh, thank you, Harry. Thank you. You can tell it's the end of the dig. We're all getting quite sort of like, oh.
We are. The end is nigh.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
it will go on afterwards because there's so much work to be done, research to be carried out, papers to be written, friendship groups to be reunited, because that's one of the other things. We're not just finding fossils, we're finding friends at this. And many of the friends I made last year I've seen since at various events and meetings around the country. So I look forward to meeting so many people again.
It's our tribe, isn't it? In many respects.
It is our tribe.
We found our tribe. So these are absolutely fantastic because a lot of people say, oh, they're just little fossils or whatever, but we were talking about little fossils in another video and how important they are. But the parts of fossils, when you pick up something, as you say, that was a big ammonite, wasn't it? It was
it would have been in full, yeah.
A really big ammonite, but that tells us so much anyway.
It does, and they're beautiful to look at, and that the pure aesthetic of them can help to inspire people who aren't perhaps so interested in the scientific process, but they can appreciate what it is that we're doing through the wonderful diversity and visual appeal of what we're doing, as well as the scientific importance, because the data is what's so important.
Yes,
and that's what we're using to help build the story of what was going on so many thousands and millions of years ago.
Well said, Harry. Well said. That's absolutely spot on. That's exactly what's going on here. So thank you. So keep watching our videos because you will meet more people who are involved in the dig. You will find out more about what's going on. You will understand more about the site itself. So please do watch our videos. There's lots of different ones. And I think we could say the hashtag together.
I think we can.
Look for the hashtag and it is
TuskForce.